Where would we be without maps? When you're visiting Yellowstone National Park's 2 million acres, it's really tough to try to figure that out without the help of some maps. For the wildlife, it gets even trickier because they are able to move around and season to season, day to day, morning to evening, they can be in different places. In September of 2014, we were able to find 3 really good viewing sites in Lamar Valley to go watch wolves. Along the northeast entrance road, the 3 sites are Slough Creek, Lamar Canyon, and Soda Butte. Beginning with Slough Creek, this is an easy one to find. There's a campground along a gravel road with a marker right on the northeast entrance road. There's a parking area at the intersection of the gravel road and the northeast entrance road. And then just a little ways into the gravel road, there's a second parking area. What can you view from this location? Well, in the late afternoon, as we look towards the north to the mountains, we could see bison crossing the river and herding up for the evening. You could see the individual animals without binoculars, but it was fun to use binoculars and get a better glimpse of them. You could also see pronghorn. Behind us there was a herd, and one brave soul came right up to the group of people to see what was going on, and eventually passed in the setting sun and went to a ridge and stood there for a good half hour trying to see, I think, what we were seeing. And then what most people came to see was the rendezvous wolf pack, pups, yearlings, and adults. In the picture, if you see where the cursor is around a group of trees, that was the area that people had seen the pups and the adults on previous days, and in fact, the morning of the day that we were there. Can you see it with the naked eye? No, that's pretty tough, and it's even a challenge with binoculars, but those with powerful binoculars and monoscopes had pretty good luck. One of the reasons that it is a challenge is the distance from the parking area to the group of trees is about 2 miles. And if we move along that red line, get a little closer look, you can also see that the pack has a great playground where they can come in and out of draws and hide behind small ridges. And they could be there and you never really know it. Also notice that these 2 lakes aren't even viewable from back at the parking area. But bring chairs, be comfortable, and if you are patient, either in the early morning or in the evening, you are bound to get a glimpse at a wolf pack, the rendezvous wolf pack. Stop number 2 is a viewing spot to see the Lamar Canyon pack. The parking area isn't as well established as that at Slough Creek, but if you're headed west, there is a turnout where 2 or 3 cars can fit. And if you're headed east, there's an area where cars do collect in the evening and in the morning. Now, I think we were there late in the afternoon, probably around 5 o'clock or so, until dark, and spotted 3 little pups that came out of the trees, romped around, played with each other, wrestled. There were 2 black pups and 1 gray. As we understand it from one of the active viewers that is there almost every day, that there are 6 pups. There were initially 7, but there are 6, and 2 adults, an alpha male and female, that are part of the Lamar Canyon pack. It's a lot easier to see them than at Slough Creek because you are closer. I think from the trees to the parking area is less than a half a mile, and occasionally the wolves have come down to the water, and it's more like the distance is more like 2/10 to 3/10 of a mile. The evening that we were there, it was almost a full moon. The moon came up over the saddle along the ridgeline, and one of our fellow viewers said that the previous day in these open meadows where you can see the sun shining, they had seen a grizzly come running across. So another great viewing spot. The third is getting closer to the northeast entrance, and it's a well-marked picnic ground called Soda Butte. Unlike our other 2 stops, this was breaking all the rules. It was, for viewing, it was neither in the early morning nor in the late afternoon, evening. We had stopped to have some lunch and enjoy the nice setting. And after we were done eating, looked across the stream, and lo and behold, a young wolf came out from the woods, stood up on a ridgeline, gave us a good profile view before scampering off. Binoculars were great, but you could also see them with the naked eye. And the reason is that I think at the closest point it was almost just a tenth of a mile. This was a complete surprise, but a pleasure to see the animal, especially after waiting patiently so long at other sites. There are many more places in the Lamar Valley to view, but these are three where we had some good luck. At Slough Creek, I should mention that we overheard a naturalist who named Lori Lyman, who writes for Yellowstone Reports, and they have a website, YellowstoneReports.com. They can produce a daily report of sightings. It's a great source if you want to look at that while you're visiting or before you visit the park, in order to get some ideas of where to view. There's also a citizens science project, and they have a website called YellowstoneWolf.org. That's another website and data source to help you improve your chances of finding good locations during your visit at the park. I wish you the best of luck while you're there.